This video discusses the applications of ICTs in business and banking. Computers are very important in this field because basically the entire world's financial sectors are run by computers. Now, the examples that are discussed here are things that you as an individual, as a student, might actually interact with on a daily basis. But if you actually get into this field of business and banking and finance, you can actually see how computers control so many different aspects. So let's start with the ATM, or the automated teller machine, which we can use to withdraw money instead of going into the bank. So we don't have to line up, and you can get money at any time, day or night, if you need cash. So how it works, you would insert your card and you have to put in a PIN, or personal identification number. Now, some ATMs are located next to a bank or in a bank. Some ATMs are isolated. Whenever you enter your PIN and insert your card, that information has to be communicated to the bank to make sure that the PIN matches the card. Only then you will be presented with information where you can make several choices. For instance, checking your balance, transferring funds, withdrawing money, or paying bills. So you would have to enter the amount, for instance, that you want to withdraw. And once you have enough funds to cover that, the machine is going to dispense that amount of money. Of course, if the ATM does not have any cash in it, then you can't get any money. The card that you would use at the ATM is usually called a debit card that would be given to you or issued to you by a bank. In Trinidad, we call that the Links card, L-I-N-X, you might know it as. You can also use a credit card to withdraw money at an ATM. However, there is an additional fee that's attached to that. This is because credit cards are a little bit different from debit cards. Whereas with debit cards, when you spend money, the actual balance in your account is reduced. Not so with the credit cards. You are allowed to spend a certain amount of money, the limit on your credit card per month, but at the end of the month, then you have to dip into your account to repay this money. So you have to know if you really want to use a credit card or a debit card. So this section here describes what happens if you have to make a purchase in a store, which you know you can use either your debit card or your credit card. You will have to swipe your card into a special machine in the store, which is the card reader. Now, when we did input devices, you would have learned about this as well. The information from your card, along with the amount of money that is the total due, and the PIN that you would type in to the keypad will have to be transferred to the bank or the credit card company, depending on which card you use, debit or credit, to ensure you have sufficient funds for that purchase. So if you do have sufficient funds, then the money is transferred from your account or your credit card account to the store's account. If you don't have enough money, then you can't make the purchase. Now, it's mentioned here that credit cards have a magnetic strip. Most credit cards these days are actually smart cards with a microprocessor chip in it instead of a magnetic strip. This is supposed to be much more secure than the magnetic strip, and it will prevent people from stealing the information that's on your debit or credit card, because the magnetic strip can be easily read by people trying to steal the information. So with this smart card, again, another thing that you would have learned in the input devices section, you can purchase goods in a store. Then we have stock control. So this is where we are looking at things from the store's point of view now. From your point of view, when the cashier scans all of the barcodes of all of the items that you want to purchase, you will see all of the prices coming up on a screen along with the total cost. On the store's end now, each time a product or item is scanned, one is subtracted from the amount in stock. So this way, the store will actually know how many of each type of item has been sold and how many actually remain in stock on the shelves or in the back room, so that they will know if stocks are low, they will need to reorder to have sufficient stocks. Electronic funds transfer is just the general name for moving money electronically from one account to another. So usually money is moved from your account to a merchant's account. That's the person who's running the store or whoever that you are purchasing from. Sometimes you can move money between your own accounts as well. When you pay for things online, for instance, if you are buying on Amazon, money again is electronically transferred. So there's no physical money, but it's actually a subtraction and an addition in both of the accounts. Then we have home and internet banking and e-commerce. Both of these were previously discussed in another chapter. But just to reiterate, for internet banking, you can access different options for your bank account online instead of going into the bank. For instance, you can pay bills, check your balances, apply for loans, check all of your transactions, meaning all of your purchases or withdrawals that were occurring. For e-commerce or electronic commerce, it's all about the buying and selling of merchandise over the internet. And we talked about the different kinds of e-commerce that there would be. Now we have advantages of e-commerce on the businesses side. For instance, they can reach a larger audience. And on the customer side, they have the convenience of purchasing from their home or at any time of day or night. There are many other advantages and disadvantages here as well. So that's it for business and banking.